at Rose City Comic Con 2019. I am Kara, I work at Dark Horse, and we are at the Dark Horse booth, which is number 701. And with me we have Paul Tobin and Colleen Coover, who, Paul writes a ton of things for Dark Horse, everything from Colder to The Witcher to Plants vs. Zombies. And together, they both work on Bandette, and Colleen is the artist on that, and Paul is the writer as well. So thank you for joining us today. We are just here to ask you some fun questions and let the people get to know you a little bit. So first of all, what are you reading right now, comics or prose, doesn't matter, that you would recommend to others?
I've been reading Steve Lieber's Jimmy Olsen book. I think that's a lot of fun. There's a couple of webtoons I like, Yumi's Cells and The Gamer. Jeff Parker's James Bond book is a lot of fun. And then there's a manga called So I'm a Spider, So What, that I love. It's one of my faves. So
that's a very good title.
Mm-hmm.
And you? Let's see. I'm reading Queen of the Sea by Dylan McConis, her new graphic novel. Wasted Space from Vault Comics is a lot of fun, the sci-fi stuff. And the Japanese Knit Stitch Bible by Hitomi Shida. I'm pouring through that.
Good recommendations. A lot of diversity there. Thank you. Now, where do you find inspiration for your comics work? We'll start with Colleen.
My inspiration doesn't come from anything outside of my work. It comes more from the fun I have creating stories. So it's more of a I guess it's an internal thing, and it's those moments when I feel like I've really hit something that keep me inspired to keep going and making more things that really hit.
Excellent, thank you. How about you, Paul?
Well, I grew up, I was thinking about this earlier, and I grew up and I would go into town every Friday. I lived in like a little small town in Iowa. And if there was a new National Lampoon magazine, Savage Sword of Conan, Mad magazine, or any of like the Marvel magazines, I was all over those. And like a lot of the British comedy shows, like Monty Python's and things like that. Those were my like early inspirations. And the comic writing of Steve Gerber, I think, was huge to me. P.G. Woodhouse's novels. Music, for some reason, just the energy of music can really get me going, and I want. And then one thing I've found really inspiring lately is when I write Plants vs. Zombies, I get a lot of letters from parents and kids that it's literally their very first thing they've ever read, and in some cases actually specifically learned how to read for Plants vs. Zombies. And that's really inspiring. It makes me really want to, it's easy to get up and start writing when you know that that's out there.
I love that as well. When we get photos or messages from parents and showing their kids, or they come up to us at a show like this and the kids just make a beeline straight for the PVZ comics, get down on the floor and start reading them right there. It's really fantastic. Yeah. Well, thank you. Both excellent answers. Now we're going to dive into something a little more fun. If you could spend the day as any cartoon character in their cartoon world, who would you pick and why?
I'm going with Finn the Human from Adventure Time because, princesses everywhere, which would be kind of cool, but then there's like adventures everywhere too. And in Adventure Time, usually the solution to any problem is doing something really dumb, and I'm really good at doing dumb things, so I think I'd fit in really well.
And you?
Garfield. And this is not like a recommendation for Garfield the comic strip, but I want to eat lasagna and sit around all day. I think that'd be great.
That is fair. That is both very good answers, and very diverse. Well, thank you again, both of you, for joining us for a brief little chat here at the con. They are recommending that you go to their websites to check out their other work. Would you let them know what your websites are, please?
I'm at ColleenCoover.net.
And I'm at PaulTobin.net.
Easy enough. Well, thank you so much again. I won't take up too much of your time, but and you can find them on their websites. And again, they both work with Dark Horse on a variety of titles, so you can see those at darkhorse.com as well. All right, thank you both.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.